Here we go again. We're all going to die. We're all going to die. This time it's a declassified document. The source term provided to NARAC was the following. 25% of the total fuel in Unit 2 Fukushima was released to the atmosphere. 50% of the total spent fuel from Unit 3 was released into the atmosphere, and 100% of the total spent fuel was released to the atmosphere from Unit 4. All 96-hour dose projections, Alaska, Hawaii, and West Coast, are well below the 1 rem total effective dose, TED, Protective Action Guide, PAG, based on predicted cesium-137 disposition. Except for Alaska, all thyroid dose estimates are well below the EPA 5 rem PAG. Thyroid estimate is very conservative and does not consider intervention actions like the distribution of potassium iodide, removing dairy cows from contaminated pastures, or interdicting milk or leafy vegetables contaminated with this thing. You know what's funny about this, and everybody keeps using this specific screenshot? Most of them don't point you at this supposedly declassified document. Now, why would someone do that? You already know why, don't you? Anyway, this is the Earthquake Tsunami Status Update. So if you type that in PDF, you find it. So, oh, by the way, a couple of pages were honest about this. So let's see what was cut off. Now, you may have noticed this looks a little bit weird for an official, a documentation. It was 80 some odd pages, so if you didn't read all of them, you wouldn't see this. Yeah, they cut off the top part. Oh, I guess there wasn't enough room on the screen. By the way, I did jam both pages together because this is under Protective Measures Team, PMT. The Protective Measures Team is working with Department of Energy and nuclear yada 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 to refine source term models in an effort to develop dose projections beyond 50 miles. Wait. Source term models. Source term, oh, well, removing the word model means, well, we'll just get to this. The 50-mile distinction is made because NRC rascal modeling, again modeling, is only capable to estimate dose values out to 50 miles. Therefore, NRC has the responsibility to develop source terms and dose projections within Japan up to 50 miles from the reactor site, while DOE has to lead the dose projections beyond 50 miles for the United States and territories. The source terms provided to them were, oh, this is a worst case what if scenario. That's why the numbers are so rounded off, 25%, 50%, and 100%, so they could figure out what would happen if. So let's review. Fukushima Fools Fake Pool number 4 has left the building. 100% of the total spent fuel was released in the atmosphere from Unit 4. Wrong. This 86-page U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission report modeled worst-case what-if scenarios after Fukushima's accident and published it March 18, 2011. At the time of the quake, Reactor 5 and 6 were in cold shutdown for planned maintenance. Reactor 4 had been defueled, so 100% of its total spent fuel did not get released in the atmosphere because they defueled the damn thing. The part that others omitted was from page 7 and 8, as it would ruin the fun of lying to all of you. And anyway, U.S. National Atmospheric Release Advisory Center is located at the University of California's Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, NARC. So you can contact them, and there's the PDF listing right below, and you can find out whether or not this was measured or estimated or a simulation using those numbers arbitrarily so they could see what the worst case scenario is. Far be it from someone to be careful, do the worst case scenario they could come up with, and try to figure out a way to protect people, which is their damn job. No. We must interpret this as this without the context that says this was not something that happened, this is something they were testing against. And then the excuse people posted after this was pointed out to them was, well, it's disturbing that they would do a worst case scenario. Really? It's disturbing that someone trying to contain a nuclear accident would use the worst case scenario and try to plan for it instead of a best case. Okay, so anyway, Fukushima guys out there, all of you, every stinking one of you, Is this simply going to be the thing I find out all the time? That you all literally omit very critical pieces of information and lie to people about this. This happened in 2011. We have an increase in salmon last year, not a decrease. We have people lying about when the salmon run happens. We have people not looking at maybe their cancer being caused by occupational exposure. Kevin Blanche, who may have used products that had benzene in them. Look, I understand all of you wanting to save the world or whales or whatever, but at this point, this is the joke about Fukushima researchers. You all produce fake facts. You produce fake proof. And you get caught 100% of the time because you're daring everybody to point this out so you can filter them out and keep your little club or cult going. Many cults of personality. Many people using GoFundMe campaigns to get personal wealth and gain. This is what the damn page should have looked like. If none of you saw this with that little part on the top there that says this was a scenario just in case, if you don't get that, you're ignorant beyond repair. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.